Hey guys, Surgeon here, and welcome to a new video. In this video, I did a video a little while ago that was like the top 3 overall diaries for your account to make your account better. And in that video I mentioned, did anybody want to see some other kind of like specialty diary guides where what are some diaries that are good for other things? Well, as you can see by the title of this video, people actually wanted that, so here's some diaries that would be really good if your goal is to really make some money. So hopefully you guys enjoy this video. If you do, go ahead and give it a like. If you want to see some more content from the channel, go ahead and subscribe. I will not just be doing diary things. I know recently the past few videos have only been about diaries, but I do have other ideas planned. I already recorded them. Just wanted to get this one out there. So if you want to see other content besides just diaries or more diary content, go ahead and subscribe. And if you have anything you want to let me know, go ahead and leave it in the comment section below. Links to all my social media and stuff will be in the description. With all that being said, let's jump into this video and let's talk about how to make some money and get all the puss. So the first diary I want to talk about this list would be the Fremennik diaries. Now keep in mind that most of these you're not really going to get the major money making things until about the hard level of these diaries. But the Fremennik diaries, once you complete the hard, you'll unlock not only 2 lunar spells, you'll unlock Recharge Dragonstone as well as Tan Leather. Tan Leather is probably one of the few magic spells you can use that will actually make you a decent profit. Again, Plank Make will also make you a decent amount of profit, but Tan Leather is something that people use mainly when they're just trying to make money and not when they're trying to exactly train magic. That's usually what you're going to be using Plank Make for. However, once you've also completed the hard diaries, the Avian Seeds from the God Wars dungeon will actually drop adamant type bars in a noted form, which they're really great for camping, and it makes Avian Seeds like kind of a good money making task if you're not going to kill Kriara, just from the fact that you'll get noted adamant type bars whenever you kill them, and they will drop in stacks of 4. Usually when you do a Slayer task, it's usually about like however many Avian Seeds you'll have. You'll pretty much end with pretty close to that same amount in adamant type bars. So if you got 150 Avian Seeds on a task, you can expect to get around 150 adamant type bars per task, which is pretty good. It's like 600k or something like that. And then finally, once you've done the elite diaries, the elite Fremennik diaries, Dagannoth Kings will drop noted Dagannoth bones. Again, it's a very high level money making thing, but the Fremennik diaries are actually probably one of the lowest skill requirements to complete in terms of skill requirements when it comes to actually completing the entire Fremennik diary series. So it is a very good money maker. It makes camping DKs a lot more profitable since you don't have to bank on getting just the rare drops. You can just get the bones, and that's 10k every kill as well. So moving on to one of the more underappreciated money-making diaries, you have the Kandarin diaries. Now, I did talk about this one in my last video where I talked about diaries, but you do get up to 15% more herbs from the Catherby herb patch, which isn't to be laughed at. Like, if you do 3 farm runs a day, you can expect an average of about 7 herbs. So normally, if you didn't have this perk, you'd be getting around, 21 herbs? This way, you're getting an extra 2 per day. So if you're doing like Snapdragons or Renars, it's an extra 10k a day just from doing your normal farm runs. So again, it's something that's over a course of time will add up to making you a lot of money. But the dailies that you do get anywhere from 30 to 250 flax to bowstrings daily. You just talk to the flax keeper, give him some flax, and he's like, here's bowstrings, and he gives you those, and that's for free. So again, that's another thing that's really kind of nice about these. But I think the main thing that makes these kind of a good money maker is that you do get 15% more marks of grace from the agility course when you have the hard diaries completed. And I think the actual conversion from marks of grace to money right now, I think is around 10k each. So in an hour, let's say you get like 15 marks of grace, which you probably get a lot more in an hour, to be honest. But if that was the case, and you'd get an extra like 3, so it's an extra 30k in an hour, like it's a pretty good amount, especially when you're training agility and you're not really expected to make much money, or you're trying to grind out your graceful kit. It's going to be very nice to have that extra 15%. Again, it's not the same as like getting the extra marks of grace from the Ardia course, but the extra 15% is something that's nice when you are grinding out agility, trying to get up to that Ardia course level. All right, Morytania diaries, a diary that everyone probably knows, and if you don't know, well, you should know it. Why is this? Because once you've done the hard diaries, you get 50% more runes from Barrows. So if you would normally get 100 death runes, bam, you just got 150 for doing the hard diaries. And the hard diaries, the requirements for those are not that high, take a little bit of time, but they are one of the hard diaries that I would recommend completing over others if you're simply after making money, because 50% extra runes from Barrows makes Barrows like super profitable even at higher levels because of how fast you can run them. So I would definitely recommend getting this one done. If you're trying to look for money, you can make Barrows runs very efficient, and then every item you get on top of your runes is just suddenly a lot of extra gravy. So congratulations there, they're great. Also from the hard diaries, you get double Mortmire fungi. If you're specifically looking at like a money making method where you're not really going to gain any experience from it, you just want to make money, you can use your bloom with your silver sickle and get double Mortmire fungi when you harvest it instead. So there's that. I mean, it's not really a compared to like 50% more runes from barrows. If you're a skiller, yeah, you might want to go after doing Morytania fungi rather than barrows, because obviously you won't have any combat stats to do barrows. But if you can do barrows, I would usually recommend doing that over Morytania fungi. Also because it's just a lot more fun than just right-clicking, casting bloom, and picking up fungi and banking. It's not as fun. And also from the elite tasks or the elite diaries, you do get a 7th herb patch. So again, if you want to use the example I used earlier when I was talking about the Kandarin diaries, where you do 3 farm runs a day, you do 3 herb runs. Well, you assume the average of 6 to 7 herbs per patch. Bam, there's an extra either 18 to 21 herbs, and that's not including like if you somehow manage to get like 11. I think the maximum I got from this patch is 15 herbs, and that's snapdragons. That's a lot of extra money. So you get an entirely new herb patch from doing the elite diaries. It's part of the reason why I made the Morytania diaries one of the first diaries I wanted to complete it. Again, the main reason was for the Bone Crusher, but looking back, the herb patch I get a lot more benefit out of. And it's a really good moneymaker. I always talk about how good farm runs are, so I definitely recommend getting the Morytania ones out of the way, especially the hards. Like if you're not going to go for elites, at least go for the hards, because you do get 2 really good money-making methods from the hards, with that being the extra runes that you get from barrows, as well as the Morytania fungi. Also, something else I didn't mention, your Morytania Leagues 3 do give you unlimited teleports to Berg de Rot, which if you don't want to invest any money into barrows teleports, it's a very quick way to get to the southern part of Morytania. So it's a quick way to get there, and it's a free way as well. So that's something else to mention, but it's not really a money-making thing, so I didn't really want to talk about it too much. And I swear to God, if I didn't mention this one in here, I'm pretty sure there'd be pitchforks outside of my apartment complex like, what are you doing? How can you not talk about these? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what would happen. But anyway, the Varrock diaries, these are like, there's not a whole lot of actual money-making things that come from these, but there is one thing, and it is like the best thing in the entire game for money-making because of how much time you actually have to invest into it, and that's your daily Battlestaves. Now, you can get anywhere from 15 at the easies to 120 from the elites. Also, to put this in perspective for you, you can assume about a 1.2 to 1.5k profit per battle staff. So when you have the elites done and you get 120 per day, you do 120 times 1.2 or 1,200 as a minimum, and that's how much you're going to be making every day. For free, basically. Like it's almost 0 time invested. It takes like, maybe 2 minutes if you teleport to Varrock Square and run and go buy them. Like, it does not take a lot of time, and it's free money. Or you can do what I do and get, a ton of crafting experience from it by making them into Battlestaves. You can do that too. Again, it's just like probably one of the best benefits you can ever get from a Varrock diary, or just from an achievement diary in general, for the amount of time you're going to have to invest into it. Now, it does require some capital for you to buy them. They obviously cost 7k each. So when you are buying 120 a day, you do need 840k in order to buy them all. But if you have 840k, like, you can easily just buy them, sell them, and then continuously do that until you can obtain some kind of capital to where you can buy them every day without having to constantly sell them every day as well. Also, another side benefit of this is that once you have the elites done, you can get to the point where you can mine 2 runite ore at the same time. Occasionally, like, there's a 10% chance of it happening, and you can do that with basically every ore as well. Excluding Motherlode Mine and Blast Mining, like, that doesn't happen there. But if you're mining runite ore, like, you want to go mine runite ore with the expert mining gloves from the mining guild, and you have Varrock armor 4, then you have a chance of not only mining double, but with the expert mining gloves, you have a chance of that rock automatically refilling as well, so you can have the opportunity to get a ton of runite ore just from mining. Again, it's not a very like practical money making method because not a lot of people do that. You're probably better off just doing blast furnace and smelting things if you're going to be in that alley of trying to make money, or if you're trying to make money while doing mining, you're probably better off just doing blast mining, to be honest. But if you're after kind of a niche money-making method where most people won't do it, like mining runite ore, and you've got the 85 mining, having the elite Varrock diaries done, you have a chance of getting 2 runite ore whenever you mine something. You have a 10% chance of that happening. So it's something to not be laughed at. It is kind of a obscure money-making method, but again, if we're talking about money-making method diaries, Varrock diaries are mainly known for the fact that you get anywhere from 15, 30, 60, or 120 battle staves every day at a discounted price. Alright guys, this is going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys found some money-making methods from this. I know there's some in here I talked about that most people don't tend to talk about when they talk about diaries. I know the Varrock ones are pretty common, but some of the other ones I'm hoping you guys really hadn't heard about before or didn't realize that they were actually there in the game and could be used to make money for your account. So hopefully you found it useful, and if you did, go ahead and give the video a like. If you want to see more of the content from the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Got some introductory bossing guides coming out, finishing up this diary series, start releasing some other Slayer guides as well. Got a lot of stuff still planned on the channel. Still have a notepad full of stuff I still got to make. So that's still on the plans. If you have any feedback for the video, go ahead and leave it in the comment section. And my links to my Twitch, Twitter, Discord, and CC will all be in the description. So if you're interested in any of those, go ahead and hang out in there. And with all that being said, that is it for me. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. I'll see you guys in the next one.